Howdy, folks. This video is from a show I recently did on Cameron Bertuzzi's channel, Capturing Christianity. If you like it, do all the YouTube things to let YouTube know to show the video to others. Be sure to like, comment, and share the video. And I am trying to grow my channel, so be sure and subscribe and hit the bell notification. Don't forget to check out Capturing Christianity and support the work that Cameron is doing there. Hope you enjoy this.
Joe Rogan recently mentioned Ezekiel's vision and thought it may have been aliens. Would Jimmy elaborate on where the throne in Ezekiel came from in the symbolism, i.e. Egypt, to clear it up? Jimmy, do you mind if I actually pull up Ezekiel 1 and
Sure.
we just go ahead and read through it? Because it is pretty fascinating. So let me see if I can get it on the screen here. That is not what I'm looking for. Hang on a second, guys. I didn't have this prepared, so that is, let me see if I can adjust this to a different scene. That's not what I want, so I guess I can actually just read it. Let me do that. So Ezekiel 1 is starts off like this in the ESV. In the 13th year, in the 4th month, on the 5th day of the month, as I was among the exiles by the Chebar Canal, Kabar, maybe that's the right way to say that. The heavens were opened and I saw Chabar. The heavens were opened and I saw visions of God. On the 5th day of the month, it was the 5th year of the exile of King Jehoiakim. Jehoiakim. The word of the Lord came to Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the Kabar Canal, and the hand of the Lord was upon him there. As I looked, behold, a stormy wind came out of the north, and a great cloud with brightness around it, and fire flashing forth continually, and in the midst of the fire as it were gleaming metal. And from the midst of it came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had a human likeness, but each had 4 faces, and each of them had 4 wings. Their legs were straight, and the soles of their feet were like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like burnished bronze. Under their wings on their 4 sides they had human hands, and their 4 had their faces and their wings thus. Their wings touched one another. Each one of them went straight forward without turning as they went. As for the likeness of their faces, each had a human face. The 4 had the face of a lion on the right side, the 4 had the face of an ox on the left side, and the 4 had the face of an eagle. Such were their faces, and their wings were spread out above. Each creature had 2 wings, each of which touched the wing of another, while 2 covered their bodies, and each went straight forward. Wherever the Spirit would go, they went, without turning as they went. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, like the appearance of torches moving to and fro among the living creatures. And the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And the living creatures darted to and fro like the appearance of a flash of lightning. Now as I looked at the living creatures, I saw a wheel on the earth beside the living creatures, one for each of the 4 of them. As for the appearance of the wheels and their construction, their appearance was like the gleaming of beryl. And the 4 had the same likeness, their appearance and construction being as it were a wheel within a wheel. When they went in any of their 4 directions without turning as they went. And their rims were tall and awesome, as the rims of all 4 were full of eyes all around. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went beside them. And when the living creatures rose from the earth, the wheels rose. Wherever the Spirit wanted to go, they went, and the wheels rose along with them. For the Spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. And when those went, these went, and when those stood, these stood. And when those rose from the earth, the wheels rose along with them, for the Spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. Over the heads of the living creatures there was the likeness of an expanse, shining like awe-inspiring crystal, spread out above their heads. And under the expanse their wings were stretched out straight, one toward another, and each creature had 2 wings covering its body. And when they went, I heard the sound of their wings, like the sound of many waters, like the sound of the Almighty, a sound of tumult, like the sound of an army. When they stood still, they let down their wings. Then there came a voice from above the expanse over their heads. When they stood still, they let down their wings. And above the expanse over their heads, there was the likeness of a throne, in appearance like sapphire. And seated above the likeness of a throne was a likeness with a human appearance. And upward from what had the appearance of his waist, I saw as it were gleaming metal, like the appearance of fire enclosed all around. And downward from what had the appearance of his waist, I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and there was brightness around him. Like the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud on the day of rain, so was the appearance of the brightness all around. Such was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. And when I saw it, I fell on my face, and I heard the voice of one speaking. Pretty wild.
Yep. It's a visionary experience. And in the vision, Ezekiel sees several things, which none of which have anything to do with UFOs. The first thing he sees are these four-winged creatures that elsewhere are known as the cherubim, or to give it a more Hebrew pronunciation, chruvim. And they are spiritual beings that we know about from not just ancient Israelite sources, but from other sources as well. The second thing he sees are these wheels that are associated with the cherubim, and they're described as being covered with eyes on their rims, and they're also described as being a wheel intersecting a wheel. So they may be kind of like it's hard to. We don't really have a name for this shape, but they may be wheels that are like at 90-degree angles to each other. So it looks kind of like a Christmas tree ornament. And at no point are the cherubim said to get inside these things. Everything they move in parallel with each other. And then the third thing that Ezekiel sees is a throne that has God on it, which is above the cherubim and the wheels. So what we're looking at here is a divine throne scene with God and his throne. The cherubim are his throne attendants, and the wheels may represent the wheels of his chariot or throne. Throne chariots and wheeled thrones were a thing in the ancient Near East, and we have carvings of kings and gods sitting on their thrones with wheels, just like we have wheels on a lot of modern chairs. In fact, I'm sitting on a chair with wheels right now, and I suspect you may be too, Cameron. So, kings had those in the ancient world, and that's what we're looking at here. This has nothing to do with UFOs.
Yeah, and I think the rest of the context of Ezekiel also makes that clear. But people like to focus on the weird stuff and try to draw.
And it is weird, but that doesn't make it UFOs. Just because something is scary doesn't make it a demon. Just because something weird doesn't make it an alien. And before we go, just a reminder to do all those great YouTube things. You can help my channel grow by liking, commenting, and sharing the video. And be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you always get notified when I have a new video. These days, I have multiple videos coming out every week. Thanks so much, and God bless you.